I'm representing for the gangsters all across the world. Hitting the corners in the love girl. Taking my time to perfect the beat, and I still got love for the streets. I'm representing for the gangsters all across the world. Hitting the corners in the love girl. Taking my time to perfect the beat, and I still got love for the streets. I'm representing for the gangsters all across the world. Hitting the corners in the love girl. Taking my time to perfect the beat, and I still got love for the streets. And I still got love for the streets.
All right, let's do this over again. Ready, shall we? Ready, set, go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I'm David Gokhshtein, and welcome to the nightly recap powered by the Gokhshtein News Network, your trusted source for politics, crypto, and everything in between that makes you question reality. Also sponsored by Hoppy. Shout out to Hoppy. We appreciate you. And again, guys, not much excitement in the news lately. But Leslie's making me show up, so here I am. Okay? Here I am. All right, let's get to the news. Let's get to the news. By the way, I know you're staring at me like, oh my God, man, he looks so handsome. He looks so good. How can I get there? What can I do to look like him? More details. I might be starting an OnlyFans for men. So men can understand how a 43-year-old man looks like he's in his upper 20s, maybe lower 30s. Okay, let's keep it going, man. I said some Diddy shit just now. Non-Diddy, man. Non-Diddy. No Diddy, no Diddy. Okay, X moves towards trading. Only man's. There you go. X moves towards trading. Elon Musk's platform prepares to enter the investment space. There we go. Elon Musk. This man always figures out a way. Always figures out a way, man. This dude, man. This is why he's a billionaire. This is why he's the richest man in the world, man. There's a reason why. See, Pumpsky is like, whoa, man. There's no way. I know. Genetics also play into effect, though. Trump faces a defining choice. Russia warns the U.S. as the White House says Trump will decide on the war involvement within 2 weeks. That's right. But Russia, shut the fuck up. Shut up. You can't even beat Ukraine. Okay? If you were a superpower, you could have took out Ukraine in 3 days, but you didn't. Okay? You didn't. Your old ass equipment. Okay? That's why you're still fighting. Okay? It has nothing to do with the United States weaponry. You guys, okay? You guys should not be talking. You in China. Shut your mouths. God damn it. Don't tell King Trump what to do. Don't tell King Trump what to do, man. He will put you in a headlock. Ugh. Security breach hits global scale. Now, this is, guys, this is big, okay? This is big right here. Okay, and I'm not talking about myself. This is big right here. 16 billion credentials leaked in the largest data breach to date. This is crazy. This is crazy. You guys know what you need to do. That's all. I don't need to say a lot. You know what you need to do, man. This is wild. How did this happen? How did this happen? How did this happen? This is wild, man. This is fucking wild, man. This is wild. Israel prepares to strike back. Response underway after Iranian missile hits Soka Sukarua. Excuse me, I don't even know how to pronounce this. Sukoruk Hospital. Okay, there you go. I fucking sounded the shit out. Probably fucking butchered this shit. But Israel is now prepared to strike back at Iran. They probably did. I don't know. Our news team likes to write out all the news from the day. From the day. Okay? So they put shit in from 9 o'clock and they end here. Just letting you guys know. So follow me as I go ahead and read this shit out. Zelensky signals openness. The Ukrainian leader expresses willingness to meet with Putin. How many times have I heard this? How many times have I heard this? How many times have I heard this? How many times have I heard this shit? Anyway. Good luck. How about that? That war is never coming to an end. That war is never coming to an end, man. That war is never coming to an end. China to Iran flights raise concern. Multiple Boeing 747 spotted making unusual trips. I'm sure like the leadership there in Iran is they're getting out of the fucking country 100%. They're like, yo, the United States about to fucking send those bunker buster fucking missiles. We out of here, bro. We out. We out. We're gonzo. We are gonzo. By the way, I talked about something, and this is in the news, so I want to go ahead and actually talk about this. But by the way, let me just get this out of the way. Arizona turns to Bitcoin. State introduces a bill to create a Bitcoin fund. Congratulations. 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 Congratulations for joining the club, man. Congratulations. Congratulations. FBI, the FBI targets new threats. Surveillance expands to Iranian and Hezbollah linked activities in the US. I said this. Joe Biden and the Democrats forget about these illegal immigrants. They let in terrorists into the country. We don't know where these sleeper cells are. I guarantee you there are sleeper cells in the United States of America. They are waiting to do something stupid, okay? This is what I've been talking about. Leslie wants to take credit for this shit, but she can't, okay? This is what I've been talking about. It's bigger than illegal immigrants coming in here, migrants, whatever. It's bigger than that. We got people that hate this country here and probably waiting for a signal from the goddamn Iranian fucking dictatorship. I hope the FBI finds them. I really do. I hope the FBI finds them. Putin and the president of China push back. Leaders condemn Israel strikes during a joint call. Who cares? Nobody cares what you think, China. Nobody cares what you think, Russia. Okay? The United States, by the way, Israel, I said this morning with Charles on the breakdown. Very disappointed that we didn't allow the United States of America and Iran to sit down to see if they could negotiate a deal to where Iran understands that they cannot build a nuclear weapon. But obviously Israel went ahead and sent the first shot, and here we are. But I understand where they're coming from. Listen. It's easy for us from the United States standpoint to say like, hey, but they live through this every single day. But the United States should not be pushed into war. The United States of America should not be pushed into any fucking war, especially in that region, because it does not end well for us. Stable coins break new ground. Total supply surpasses $250 billion for the first time in history. You guys aren't bullish enough. You guys aren't bullish enough. You're not. I talked about this on the morning show on the Crypto Talk radio show. I said, we're about to add $3 trillion into our current total market cap with this Genius Act being passed. This is a bullish time for crypto. We are definitely going to 7 to 8 trillion, just like super conservative numbers. So think about where all your memes are going to be, okay? Think about where all your memes are going to be, especially if you got into the right memes. If you got into the right memes, you are going to be a very wealthy individual. You are changing your entire life. You are changing the course of your family's history. So congratulations. Congratulations. Shout out to the Trump administration for getting this shit done, okay? Trying to make America the capital of the crypto world, okay? The crypto capital of the world. Thank God. Thank God. And then the clarity bill to make sure that no other president, nobody else after Trump can come in and then fucking reverse all the good work that has been done by a lot of these representatives. I can't thank Trump enough. He's changing lives. Right now, Leslie Moda is texting me. Right now, Leslie Moda is texting me saying that I am taking credit. I am taking credit. You believe this shit? That I'm taking credit for what she said. She's never talked about sleeper cells. She's never talked about that. When have you ever heard Leslie talk about sleeper cells? And with that, let's go to the sponsor, tonight's sponsor, Hoppy.
Taking my time to play the beat, and I still got love for the streets. So represent for the gangsters all across the world. Hitting corners in the love taking my time to play the beat, and I still got love for the streets. So represent for the gangsters all across the world. Hitting corners in the love taking my time to perfect the beat, and I still got love for the streets. So represent for the gangsters all across the world. Hitting corners in the love taking my time to perfect the beat, and I still got love for the streets. And I still got love for the streets.
Shout out to Hoppy again. Hoppy's going to make a major comeback. Shout out to Hoppy. Hoppy, thank you very much for sponsoring the show. Okay. The nightly news network. Excuse me, the nightly recap on the Gokhshtein News Network. That's what I meant to say. Leslie, when did you ever say it? I was out here talking about it. Okay. When did you say it? When? Okay. You were too busy talking about your conspiracy theories on Sundays. Okay. By the way, Leslie has a conspiracy show on Sundays. That's right. Her, Leslie, and Jessica, they go ahead and talk about all these conspiracy theories. Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Catch them on X Spaces. There you go. I don't know if they're going to do one this week. I don't know. Leslie decides when she wants to do things. She's a fucking prima donna over here. Anyway, I finished the show in 15 minutes. Okay? I finished the show in 15 minutes. I just want to tell you guys that I am researching day in, day out. I said Leslie, Tammy, and Jessica. What do you mean? I didn't say Leslie. So Leslie, Tammy, and Jessica. I love Leslie, Tammy, and Jessica. I love them. Being that I finished the show early, I just want to say that number one, let me do the quote of the day. Let's do the quote of the day, because I always like giving y'all quotes. Hold on, let me pull one up here. Fuck is it? Mm-mm-mm-mm. All right, here's the quote of the day. Okay, I should have done this on the breakdown, but I'm gonna do it on here just because I finished early and I did forget to go ahead and do it on the breakdown because I was in a conversation with Charles and all you guys were texting me and DMing me saying how my mic wasn't working. So now that my mic works, right? Hear me now. Okay, are you ready? The real flex is how many lives you can positively impact. It's not about cars, clothes, or clout. Influence means nothing if it's not helping somebody grow. The legacy you leave won't be measured by what you had, but by who you helped. Real power is when your presence inspires action. Your story sparks change when your content shifts someone's mindset and helps them unlock a new level. You want to be remembered? Make people feel seen, make people feel heard, share what you've learned, lift others as you climb. The impact you make on others will outlive every material thing you chase. That's the difference between popularity and purpose. You weren't just called to win, you were called to lead, and real leaders build more leaders. That's the flex. That is a that's a dope. It's a longer quote, but that's a dope quote that I was like reading the other day, and I was like, that's really what it's all about. That right there is really what it's all about. I usually reread the stuff for those who didn't catch it the first time, but you can rewind and you replay the show and catch that part. As for everything that's going on in the world, to keep it on a serious note, I do not believe that the United States of America should join in on this war. If Iran did have nuclear weapons, I can see us saying, you know what? And by the way, all the polls that have come out state, even from CNN, state that Americans support Trump getting involved to make sure that Iran doesn't have a nuclear weapon. But if there are no nuclear weapons, I just don't want the United States of America to be dragged into this. Okay. I'd also like to see, Israel and Iran come to the table, negotiate a deal, just negotiate a fucking deal and be gone with it. So our troops can go back home or our troops can be safe and we can get back to crypto. That's right. We can get back to crypto and we can get back to sending this son of a bitch to Valhalla. That's right. That's what I would like to see. And some can say, "Hey, David, you're selfish." That's selfish, really selfish. But you know what? I rather talk about these topics. I rather talk about crypto and how we continue to build in this space than talk about war that never ends well for anybody. Okay? The only people that benefit from war are the motherfuckers that make the motherfucking weapons. That's it. The our soldiers come home with missing limbs. Their lives are fucked. Okay? They come home with PTSD. You get to relax in the comfort of your home. These people come back fucked up and not having a home. And the coverage that they have is horrific. And hardly anybody really wants to hire a vet when they come home. Okay? So and you know what? And all these people that are fighting for these other countries, a lot of these people don't want to fight at all. They're forced to fight. You got Russian people that are forced to fight. Okay? They're forced to go out there and battle the Ukrainians, and Ukrainians don't want to fight either. Out there killing each other. War does not solve anything, solves nothing. So I'd rather go ahead and come on here every day and talk about crypto, talk about memes. I'd even talk about altcoins. I don't want to talk about war. I don't. Because nobody wins again except the people that are profiting from these useless battles. Battles that will never be won. Battles that will strike up again in 10 to 20 years. And you'll have a new group of men and women that go out there losing their lives for no reason. So I'd love to just continue to talk about crypto. That's right. And other shit, sports, politics. I mean, politics is fun. Go ahead and sit here about politics. Sit here and talk about politics. That's cool. That's not. It's a cool thing. But this war is useless. It really is. You know, if they had the same fucking energy, if these countries had the same energy to just sit down and make peace, boy, we would prosper as not just from a global scale, we would prosper. You'd have everybody would be making money. But no, it's egos. Egos is the cause of all this shit. Egos, at the end of the day, is the cause of everything. Everybody has an ego. And innocent people have to pay the price. Innocent people have to pay the price for these egos. So a lot of people say, Dave, you're supposed to defend Israel. Okay. I'm not saying that I'm not defending Israel because the people in Israel have the right to live. And anti-Semitism is at an all-time high. And this just makes it worse when listen, the first missile came from Israel, so let's keep it fucking real, okay? And that's only going to spark more anti-Semitism. Why don't we try a new approach and sit down at the table and discuss these issues? And if you can't do it, then let's bring in people that can from both sides, okay? Let's bring in people from both sides that can sit down at the table and have a discussion because that's what we really need. We need the world to sit at the goddamn table and realize, man, like we need to start working with each other. Okay? We need to really start working with each other. The United States of America needs to focus on itself, by the way. We need to focus on our own problems. $37 trillion in fucking debt. We have our own problems. Okay? We have our own fucking problems and issues here. We need to fucking solve them. Okay, we need to figure out a way how to eliminate this shit. What's the 10-year plan? Like, how do we get rid of this fucking debt? Maybe we'll never get rid of this debt. Maybe the system is just set up in a way where debt will always exist. Look, you have a bunch of Americans that are in debt. They're swimming in debt. Credit card debt, all-time high. Just look at the Fed site. What can you say? Maybe it's time to focus on the American people. Maybe it's just time that every single politician takes the time to focus on the American people. America first, right? America first. I'd never go against Trump. I'd never go against Trump. By the way, I'd never go against a sitting president. Do I have things that are on my mind that I might not like? Yeah, I think we all do. So far, so good. The pros outweigh the cons. But we need to go ahead and focus on America. We need to focus on the American people and the American people only. It's time. I feel like we've left the American people behind. I feel like we take care of people from other countries better than we take care of ourselves. And that's a no-no. We need more job creation, and that's happening through tariffs. We have more investments coming, and that's great. More job opportunities from the private sector. We want to see that, but we have to cut some of this fat and some of this bullshit that Elon went ahead and found. We need to do that. We need to do that. We need to have Congress on the same page. At this point, Democrats and Republicans got to put these labels away. Party affiliations only fucking killed this country. Okay? There used to be a time where everybody fucking worked together. It's time to start working together again. It is time. I'm an American citizen. I love America. I was born here. Okay. And all I want to see is America thrive and succeed. And I want the same opportunities for everybody. By the way, if you don't love this country, leave. If you hate this country, leave. I see a lot of people talk about that they don't have the freedom of speech, that their rights have been taken away. If so, how come I hear you? You wouldn't get away with half the shit that you say in a different country. Go ahead and try that in Russia. Go ahead and try talking your talk in Russia. They would jail you within 3 seconds of you arriving. They have jailed people walking around with fucking posters that have literally nothing displayed on them. They see that as a sign of protest, silent protest. You're arrested, and God knows when you come out. Okay? And being arrested in Russia, you are going to hell. Those prisons are hell. Okay? You're not getting TV. Okay? You're not watching specials. You're not getting gourmet food. No, you're fucked. So you can't go to any other country and yap away and vandalize like you do in the United States of America. You can't burn somebody else's. You imagine burning a flag in China? Could you imagine? Yet you idiots are burning the flag here and you're claiming freedom of speech? No, you are burning the flag of the United States of America, the America that you sit, the land you sit and stand on, that has given you the right to go ahead and fucking yap about shit that you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Okay? England or the UK puts you in jail now for saying shit on social media. Think about that. Think about that for a second. And you talk about you have no freedom here, no freedom, no opportunities in the United States of America. You have plenty. You're a lazy fuck. That's what you are. Anybody who goes out there and protests, anybody who says that they don't have an opportunity, okay, is full of shit, is a lazy fuck and wants to live off the fucking system. That's the goddamn truth. Okay? You have immigrants that come to this country that are waiting in line, okay? Immigrants that wait in line to get into this country and they work 3 jobs while going to school, working their asses off to make it in this fucking country. Meanwhile, the motherfuckers that are born here have the audacity to go out in these streets and say that they have no opportunities. No, you're a lazy fuck, okay? And that comes down from family, and you might be watching too much MSNBC and CNN. And that's why you're in the position that you're in today, okay? Immigrants that come from all walks of life come to this country and they make it because they do not stop. They do not stop working. And they chase down their goals. They go after them. They do not stop. They are willing to die, okay, until they go ahead and achieve success in this country because they know it's available to them. They know it's not available to them in the places that they come from. They know it's available here. Look at the top 500. Look at Fortune 500. Fuck it, just look at Fortune 500. Look who's running these companies. Who's running Microsoft? An Indian. You think they just handed him the goddamn CEO position? No, he worked his fucking ass off. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. Who's the CEO of Uber? An Indian. That's right. You know why? Worked his ass off. Worked his fucking ass off. If you look at most of the positions that are held right now by big major companies, it's with people from different backgrounds. By the way, where is Linda, the CEO of X from, formerly known as Twitter? Where is she from? Where's our background from? And you want to sit there and say that you don't have an opportunity? No, you do. You're just too lazy to go ahead and fucking get it. That's right. You align yourself with the wrong people in the wrong crowd, and that's why you are broke. And not from a monetary standpoint, but from a fucking mental standpoint, because you surround yourself with fucking lowlives that are not looking to achieve anything. that have no goals in life. They live day by day. This is the greatest country in the world. You can be anything you want to fucking be. Okay? And you don't have to be the most talented person to succeed here. You just have to put forth the effort. That's it. That's it. It's that simple. You put forth the effort, you will beat anybody with talent. And that's how crazy it is. So for anybody who wants to go out here and talk shit about the United States of America, I'd love to see you go to another country and get a job. Go ahead. Show me. Show me how fast you can get a job elsewhere. Show me how many more opportunities there are elsewhere rather than here. You wouldn't survive. You're hardly surviving in America. How can you survive elsewhere? You guys wouldn't even take time to learn the language. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Anyway, this was in nightly news. Not a lot of news to report on. Obviously, again, there's a war going on. If you've been sleeping under a rock, there's a war going on right now between Israel and Iran. The U.S. might get into it. Trump's going to take about 2 weeks to assess whether or not he'll send in the U.S. troops to go ahead and help Israel. The U.K. has stated that they would go ahead and jump in to help Israel as well. There are other countries that said the same. This is where we stand. There are reports stating that Trump is holding back because there are over 200 scientists that are Russian that are working at the nuclear, these nuclear facilities in Iran. So he might be holding back and not striking because he doesn't want to end up in World War III. Okay. Obviously, China and Russia have said that they are not happy with what Israel did. Okay. And they want them to stop immediately. This is a time where we pray. If you believe in God, you pray and you hope that the outcome is a good one so we can get back to crypto, because that's why we're all here, right? Get back to crypto and we can go ahead and talk some politics, right? Because I can talk about all this shit all day long. My name is David Gokhshtein. This show was sponsored by Hoppy. This is the GNN Network, the Gokhshtein News Network. Tomorrow, tune in at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Crypto Talk Radio. I'll be recapping the week. We're talking crypto, only crypto and nothing but crypto, unless there's a fucking breaking news story that comes out, obviously, about this war. 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch me on the breaking down and recapping all the news. And that is powered by and sponsored by Gemini. And we'll talk more about Gemini and Gemini's credit card that everybody's fucking copying. At 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you got Hotep Jesus with the Griff Report on Kick. Tune into him. You don't want to miss it. He breaks shit down. He breaks shit down in a way that, shit, man, that shit makes you fucking laugh, but that shit's on some real shit. 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you have Julie Kennis, the Crypto News on YouTube. Tune into her. Do not sleep on her. She's Rookie of the Year, okay? Running for Rookie of the Year. Or I want to say rookie because she's not a rookie. So she's running for MVP. No, hold on. There has to be another. I'll think of the award. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tune in to Landy as he breaks down the markets. He'll display all his TA, powered by GNN. Landy gives it to you raw. No Diddy, with no baby oil. And at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be back. Not me, but Leslie Moda and Hotep Jesus. They'll be laying on a table and they will bring you all the news at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's right. There might be baby oil involved. Rumor has it, Leslie might be pregnant by Hotep. I don't know. That's just speculation, folks. And Mar is pretty angry. On that note, thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you all. And I'll see you tomorrow. Again, shout out to Hoppy for sponsoring the show. Yeah, I'm out.